Oh, I cannot even imagine if we had not embarked on a process automation journey with Workato, because we would have been doing everything manually. We would have been, years behind all the accomplishments that we've had over the last 3 years. It would just have taken up lots of time. And honestly, the total cost of ownership of the amount of time, resources, people that we would have put on that is just insurmountable. Hi, my name is Kumud Kokal, and I work for Stitch Fix. I'm the VP of IT at Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix is a personal styling service where we excel in helping our clients find their best personal looks is by marrying data and humans. So when you become a customer, you provide us with a bunch of data points, and what we do as part of our algorithms is try to use that data and personalize apparel for you. And as part of that, we've got more than 6,000 stylists who will then take those recommendations and put together a fix for you. The IT team at Stitch Fix is 70 plus strong, and just an amazing team. I'm really lucky to have such a strong team. What we are focused on primarily is scaling and growth. As our business has seen tremendous growth over the last couple of years, and where we are going with adding additional fulfillment models so that we can serve our clients better, what we are doing within IT is to make sure that we can support the business and scale with the business itself. So that means infrastructure, it means automation, it means providing all the services to our warehouses that we can. It also means business systems for our verticals in finance, HR, CX, which is customer experience, and marketing. And that is most of what the IT team does today. Automation is such a huge part of our portfolio, as we take anything that is manual and try to scale that using tools like Workato for our automating processes. So when we looked at Workato about 3 years ago, we were just starting to get into the process automation business. We are essentially a 10-year-old company with a mindset of a startup. So we were doing a lot of this ourselves. We were trying to figure out, how do we write our own scripts? How do we a very build mindset. And we looked at some of the other options out there as well. I think what stood out for us for Workato was, A, it was easy to use and easy to learn. B, any analyst on the IT team could pick it up. And now that we've got a dedicated team, we call it tools and platform, that team has now got a dedicated person who can write Workato recipes day in and day out. I think the other advantage that we found out was Workato is not only being used with the IT team, we are now promoting Workato to our stakeholders out in finance, in what we call PNC, or people in culture teams as well. And we're finding that it's a very easy, quick way to learn and adapt onto Workato. So that onboarding onto Workato itself is relatively easier than much of the other tools that we've looked at. So one of the areas where we've used Workato is onboarding. And what we've done is, as we onboard our new hires and our contractors, we use Workato to create these multiple tickets, so that it can then be, for access, for security, can then be routed to the right teams, so that they can start the provisioning, and on the offboarding side, start the deprovisioning process as well. And the ROI on that primarily is, A, it has reduced the work that we do from manually creating these tickets by up to 70%. And the other is, we've now put a process in place that is SOX compliant, which is huge. So a human doesn't have to start that process. That process automatically starts itself. It spawns off multiple other processes, and then what ends up happening is the teams get the right tools and the right tickets for them to work on, so we can deliver a better user experience and a better onboarding experience for our new hires and our contractors. We became customers more than 2 years ago. Where we've primarily used it is in multiple places, not just from an internal perspective. We use it for onboarding, we use it for recruiting. We also use for automating our infrastructure services between multiple file-based services like Box and Google Drive and so on and so forth. But we've also taken that towards the business. So I talked about how IT helps scale our business. And so even on our careers website and on our web pages itself, like we've used Workato to help automate some of the back-end tasks. Given the amount of scale that we are going through, Workato has been a key part and a key tool within our portfolio of our tools and systems within IT to help us get there. I think we will continue on this journey. We will expand the portfolio of tools and services that we have. We will build more Workato recipes on an ongoing basis as we scale. And so I don't see us using less of Workato. I actually see us using more of Workato, not only on the verticals that we support within finance, HR, PNC, and CX and marketing, but also towards our businesses as well. So data is in our DNA, and for us to be able to leverage volumes, gigabytes, terabytes of such data, and to process that data and get insights from it, that's where our next goal is, to start using Workato to really give us those insights from our data and start to help us figure out where could we be using it next. Because we're 100% on the cloud, and as our systems change and our systems upgrade and our systems evolve, what we end up doing is we go back to the automation and see where else can we either make edits, make upgrades, or add more functionality that we. And that's an ongoing, cyclical, very agile process that we do on a quarterly basis.